this is Sharon Lewis Hackler, registered dietitian, nutritionist, certified diabetes educator at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. Wanted to talk to you today about healthy eating during the holidays. I think a lot of us always try to eat healthy if we're on a health journey or trying to lose weight. And there's no exception during holidays. We still strive to do the best we can. We don't expect perfection on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, but try to do your best. And just kind of let you know where a lot of people stand is they recently did a study to show that most Americans eat over 4,000 calories at Thanksgiving dinner and over 200 grams of fat. So that's enough to cover 2 days worth of calories and fat, if not a little bit more. So we all have to be just mindful of what we're doing if we're still trying to stay on track with everything. So I have 12 tips that I would like to start out with talking about. The first one is stay physical. So if you're already, very active and you want to still go to the gym, take a walk, great. If you have not been exercising, I would suggest starting out kind of slowly, walking. If your family likes to go out in the yard and play kickball, football, basketball, just get out and try to get moving because we know we're going to be eating a little bit more. Number 2, plan ahead of what you're going to eat. I have some patients who tell me they eat the same thing every Thanksgiving, and that's fine. But if you know you're going to want grandma's chicken and pastry and sweet potato casserole and green bean casserole, then those are the small portions that we need to save and put on our plate. Things that we can have every day, corn, mashed potatoes, rolls. We don't necessarily need those because we can have those anytime. Kind of save the spots on your plate for the things that's the once in a while items. Number 3, eat something light and healthy for breakfast. And I can't stress this one enough. A lot of people will tell me they try to skip breakfast thinking that they're saving calories so they can eat more, but that actually slows your metabolism down. So I have a few ideas of how to keep breakfast light but still healthy. You could, have protein like an egg, just a small amount of oatmeal like a half cup, 3/4 of a cup's worth, and a fruit. This is enough to kind of be a light breakfast to still kind of keep your metabolism moving in the right direction, and so that we can still eat a decent lunch and supper and our body will not, be affected. Another example of a healthy breakfast could be whole grain piece of toast and banana with peanut butter. Some people here in the South, they like putting all of it together and even putting mayonnaise on top. So some people say, ooh, and gross to that, but that is another option. We wouldn't have white mayonnaise though. Fourth option is gravy. We do not need to drown our plate in gravy. So have gravy, but maybe keep it on the side. A lot of you have heard of the tip of the Weight Watchers tip of having your dressing on the side and dipping your fork into the dressing and then getting your salad. Same thing here with gravy. Now, if you still want to pour it on top of your turkey or chicken, your mashed potatoes, your stuffing, just drizzle it just a little bit. Try not to drown it in there. And I recently found out that Mrs. Dash, which is sodium free, does make a gravy now. So that's one option that we could make a healthier choice if we're going to have gravy. 5th option, choose white meat over dark meat. White meat is going to have less fat, less calories, less cholesterol. So it's going to be a healthier choice overall, whether you're choosing turkey or chicken. And number 6, try to have smaller plates. I think most of us would agree this is how most plates look at Thanksgiving. It's going to be that 10.5 to 11-inch size plate, or some people even choose platters. And every spot is full. And this is what we don't want. Notice how it's very carb heavy. We don't want very carb heavy things if we're still trying to be mindful. Again, if we try to use a smaller plate, like a salad size plate, and you can actually see the difference in these 2 plates, and try to fill half of that plate up with vegetables. Still have whatever starchy thing you want to have, whether it be sweet potatoes or stuffing, and then your choice of meat. There's still enough food on this to make you have a well-balanced, very healthy meal. So we're up to number 7. So when you're eating your food, just make sure you're trying to eat your food in a certain order. So I'm going to pick on the smaller plate again. When you are eating your food, you always want to try to eat your vegetables and your protein choice first, and save whatever starchy item or high carb, high fat item. You want to try to save that for last, also including dessert. Because the idea is that if you're drinking before eating, drinking while eating the healthier foods first, and then you save the higher carb and fat options for last, you'll feel fuller faster and you won't eat too much. That's the idea behind that. Number 8, use herbs and spices in place of salt. So I have a lot of people who tell me that they love using salt and pepper when cooking, which is fine, but we just have to be careful because salt, the amount that we all need is very little. It winds up being a teaspoon throughout the whole day. And even though we may not use a salt shaker, a lot of times salt is included in a lot of foods we already purchase. So if you really want to season things, everything Mrs. Dash is already salt-free. Certain options of McCormick is salt-free, so that could be another option. You could use natural herbs and spices, pepper. Those are always good options of flavoring. 9, do not forget to drink your water. And I can't stress this enough. All of my patients will tell you I always calculate their fluid goals. I need to make sure you guys are drinking enough. And a lot of people don't know, sometimes when our belly is growling and we think that we're hungry, we're actually thirsty. So that's the reason why I like for you guys to know how much you need to drink. Number 10, you can have everything, you just don't want a lot of everything. So I've had the question at holidays, well, what if I want 5 different desserts? Then I would say, then you're going to get a little bit of all 5 desserts. So that could mean, and this is 1/8 of a cup. So it's not very much at all. It's basically about 3 bites. But if that's how you wanted to get in all 5 desserts and have 3 bites of each one, a lot of times, and they've shown this through studies, if we have 2 or 3 bites of a food that we're craving, we've satisfied the craving. We just keep eating more because we just feel like we've got to finish it. So try to have smaller portions and you can have a lot of different things. Number 11, you can always bring your own food. A lot of people say when they go to holiday parties, there's nothing healthy. So my suggestion is, well, if there's not going to be anything healthy, you could bring your own. You know, you can make your own mashed cauliflower as opposed to like mashed potatoes. You could bring veggie pasta as opposed to normal macaroni and cheese. You could make, you know, your grilled chicken as opposed to meat sitting in a gravy. So, you know, there's options of things that you could bring, you know, and still have for everyone available. And they might appreciate that there's healthy options there too. And number 12, avoid thinking that your day will be perfect. A lot of people tell me they go into Thanksgiving, Christmas, any holidays, and they think this is going to be perfect. I'm going to do perfect. And then they get so disappointed and beat themselves up about it. And I always say, it's fine. It's one day. You're not going to gain 10 pounds off of one day. You get back on track the next day and we're going to keep moving. So if you have any questions for me, any concerns, please feel free to give me a call at Kinetic Physical Therapy. You can also contact me at kptonline.com. Thank you.